What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? I just want to say thank you, everybody, for all your support. But I want to get on here and talk about my first day on the road training. Yesterday I drove for a total of 500. I said 5. I'm tweaking. I drove 5 hours and 56 minutes. I drove a total of 275 miles. But that's just because we had a short load. We had a load going from Lebanon, Tennessee to Vandalia, Ohio, but he had drove for like 2 or 3 hours, and then we switched out, and I ended up driving, 5 hours, 56 minutes. I drove to Procter & Gamble in Ohio, then we drove back to a truck stop in Kentucky because our next load is in Mississippi later tonight at Kroger's. I actually get to see my first live unload, but I did my first drop and look yesterday. It was pretty dope, pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started driving though, dude, I was shaking. I was so nervous. I had the jitters. I was like, darn, I can barely stay in my lane. But then, like, once I got comfortable, and he showed me how to hold my steering wheel and stuff like that. It was pretty simple. It was easier for me to kind of get control of it or whatever. And then the biggest thing I would say is when we was at Procter & Gamble, I had to back the trailer, but how they want you to do it's kind of weird. Like, I'm used to like parking between the lines. Like, they wanted you to kind of get he wanted me to get my left tires on top of the yellow line, I guess. I'm not really sure why, but it was kind of pretty tricky for me, especially with driving with a full load in there. We had our tandems all the way to the back too. But yeah, I got to pretty much, after we did that, we got to pick up another load. I was able to back into that. That was pretty easy, picking it up and loading it up, as they kind of show you in trucking school. Then when I got to see how to weigh it or whatever, and on your steer tires, you don't want to have over 12,500 pounds on there. And then on the best of the tires, you wanted it to kind of even out at 34. And I got to see it on the weight scale. So that was pretty cool. But overall, my first time driving, I'm not going to lie to you, I was nervous as hell. But as we started driving for hours and hours, I became comfortable. I got to see pretty cool things. I got to see the Cincinnati Bengals Stadium. I got to see all of their bridges and different stuff like that when we was going through that. So it was cool. I got pretty comfortable with it. After a while, it just at the beginning, I had to get those jitters. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous as hell. And my trainer, he's pretty cool. He's pretty laid back. Wasn't yelling. It was just, giving me good pointers. It was chilling. I felt like I started doing good because he started getting on the phone, watching the phone. Wasn't really watching nothing. I was checking my cameras back and forth. So everything was pretty cool. I woke up this morning. We got a late load tonight, so we got to sleep in today. Once I woke up this morning, I went inside the truck stop at this little Pilot, brushed my teeth, washed my face, Then I ate some fries. The biggest thing gonna be for me is trying to figure out what to eat on here, because I'm trying to eat stuff that don't make my stomach hurt, gonna make me sleepy at the same time. Because obviously I'm gonna be driving for a long time. I want to train my body to eat enough to get full, but I don't have to use the bathroom until I have to stop. Because he was telling me, like, the biggest thing you want to work on is trying to drive at least 500 miles a day. So if I drove basically like 275 in like 6 hours, I'm assuming you probably need to drive for like 10 hours to even, typically get to 500. So I want to kind of build up my tolerance for that. Today I'm going to be driving 7 hours straight, bobsleigh. So that's going to be pretty cool to see how far I can go. Because I think the longest one of my trips that I drove yesterday was like maybe 2 to 3 hours straight. That was probably the longest. So without a break in between. So I want to see how far I can kind of go the longest. But everything is going so far. As you can see, the night trailer, the top bunk wasn't that bad. It was freaking cold as hell last night. My trailer liked to keep his truck cold, which is cool. It didn't really bother me. But I put my hood on, had my cover on, wrapped up in my blanket. I was missing my heater. But yeah, so far I just wanted to kind of get this small update. This is just day one. But yesterday I will be coming back. I'll try to drop a video either daily or every other day. Just depends on how everything is going out here. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all kind of an update. Other than that, peace out, YouTube. Love.